Hello, everybody.
Good afternoon.
We are here again in the glorious sun, and there's no air.
Yeah.
I think I'm melting.
I've got my water, I've gone cucumber and mint with some Christmas ice cubes.
Christmas ice cubes.
Just to try. So that's the snowman, and then you can see the snowflakes.
That's very organised, you see, because I found mine. You know, I said to you, I've got some ice cubes. I found them. They were Mickey Mouse shapes, but I've left them in the freezer, which is not much use, is it?
No, I know. I definitely needed mine.
Hello, everybody. We're here, out in the garden. You're inside, trying to keep out of the sun.
I am trying to keep out of the heat. Yeah, believe it or not, it's cooler inside than outside at my house today.
For those of you who don't know, I'm Marie.
I'm Dominique. And together,
we
are Woolly Dancer.
You can find us on all the usual places: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Ravelry, Twitter. Have I covered everything there?
I think you have.
Nice.
We've got a website.
We've got a website. Nice bunch of flowers in the background there.
They were my leaving present last week.
They're really nice.
They are really nice.
Really nice. I'm just looking now. Why isn't it showing up? Oh, there we are. There we go. Now I can just get rid of the sound, and then I can see if anybody's there. Oh, there are lots.
There are people.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, Lynn's got a fan. Lynn, I'm waiting for a fan to be delivered, and so it's going to be delivered in the next hour. But
I'm hoping it will be, and then we can see what it's like. Look how light my hair's going. I've got proper white.
So
the sun. I think it's the sun.
And I don't want to itch, but I've just got thunderflies everywhere, so I'm going to try and stop.
That's not good, is it?
No, it's not.
Can you believe episode 40? I mean, 40, I always remember that because that was my old collar number, so it just feels bizarre. 40 episodes.
40, probably middle-aged.
Probably, not quite. No, we'll not say middle-aged, that's all. So thank you for everybody who keeps coming along and keeps watching or has just found us. If you haven't seen any before, go back. There's loads. There's more ramblings. There's loads more of us.
There's 39 before this.
39.
I don't know what we got up to before lockdown, but we used to do them every fortnight. We're doing them weekly at the minute, live, as you can see.
Yeah.
So we've suddenly rattled through them, but I'd like to say if you watch episode 1 and then episode 40, we've got better, but I don't think anything's changed.
Yeah, most people would be a bit slicker, wouldn't they? Or a bit, Well,
I was just going to say, we are hoping in the next few weeks to have not for the live, obviously, but when the live gets uploaded, flashy titles and,
Big expectations there, isn't there, Dominique? Big expectations.
Yes.
Music. Because some people have said that they miss our little music that we used to have at the beginning of the podcast.
At our introduction.
Yeah, exactly. Do you like my new sunglasses? I can actually see this week. It'll be.
Can you see? You're not having to swap and change?
No, I've got my new sunglasses on. And because they're very focals and they're a bit bigger than others, although they're exactly the same length, there is that little bit of a whoa, whoa. Look, can you see? They're grey to match my hair. Can you see? Grey tortoise shell. So
no. Can you take them off and put them up?
It's an old tortoise shell.
Now we can see. Nice.
I was so chuffed. They were ready. They haven't taken long. They haven't even taken a week. So I was pleased that they'd come before today because, as you saw last week, I was really struggling with glasses on, glasses off. Couldn't see. Oh my lord. I'm in. I was just laughing earlier because I do go quite brown in the sun. I mean, this is not knitting related, but since whenever is anything that we do, always knitting related. So I thought last night I better just put a bit of tan on my legs, just so that my legs sort of match the rest of my body, which always seems to go fairly brown. Probably because I don't put my legs out there. So tips, everybody out there, don't put your fake tan on at night when you're a little bit tired. Because I did ever such a good job. I put all my tan on as usual with my little mitts. And then I took my mitts off and I put the bottle away and then went to sleep. And I woke up this morning. I don't know if you can tell much now. Can you see it? No, probably not. I've got...
You can't. No, you can't actually.
A bit there. Can you see that's a white palm? All the rest of it is like fake tan brown. I mean, honestly. So that's a bleach on it this morning. I've had a bit of lemon juice on. I mean, look, it's where I've grabbed the bottle. Don't do that. What a lunatic. So, apart from that,
I'm just, Michelle's saying it's 12 degrees Celsius with her. I mean, it is midnight, but it's only 12.
Oh no, Marion's in a traffic jam.
What?
Oh, I bet Tam's really happy listening to us lot whittering on. I hope you've got it on full volume so you can listen. Hello.
So she's listening and
careful if you're driving. Make sure you go in speed limit.
I hope you've got some aircon, Marion.
I would not want to be sat in traffic. It's bad enough being sat outside here. Anyway.
Yes. But
people have come here to learn a little bit about wool, possibly, or at least something slightly related to wool, not fake tan, sweaty bodies,
heat,
grey hair, new glasses, flowers, anything else we've covered in the last 5 seconds. Nice t-shirt. What's on it?
It says "Cheers to summer," and I think I would replace the word "cheers" with something else, like "do one summer."
Dominic, you really don't like the sun, do you?
Like 20 degrees, 21, so you can sit outside and it's lovely. Anything above that is just, I can't cope with it.
Yeah, I do get a bit, yeah, it makes you a bit grumpy. If I can get shade, I don't mind it being hot, as long as I can have some shade. I just hate sitting in full sun now.
Oh,
not good for you either. It's not good for your skin.
No, it's not. But it was
how youthful we look because we don't sit in the sun, Dominic. I mean, just
exactly.
Just perfect.
It's from Marks and Spencer's, but I just thought I quite liked it. So, and it's cool.
It is very nice. It looks really good.
Right.
This flan. I want this fan to arrive because I want to see it. You've been invested in a new fan, haven't you?
I have. Oh, I mean, I don't know what it's going to be like. I don't know. I'll report, but I just want something to cool me down.
I may as well go with this. I did my nails again last night, but for some reason, I've got like a big blob of glitter on that one. Who knows? I looked and thought, what did I do last night? What did I do? You
can't see from a distance, and if people are that close to you, then they shouldn't be that close anyway.
I have got to say, it was fairly dark in the living room because everybody else had gone to bed and I was sat watching Death in Paradise. So it wasn't late, but it was dark and I didn't have the light on. So I'm like trying to do it, just thinking, I can see, this is fine. Oh, maybe not.
It was quite dark because that didn't start till 9.
Perfect.
Oh.
Well, go on, you can kick off. I've witted on there for too long. I'm going to just shut up for a bit.
What knitting have I got? Oh, that's what I was just looking for something. I have got everything quite close to hand, but the thing I need has just disappeared somewhere. So,
do you want me to go on? Have you found it?
No, but it's not the end of the world. If you'd seen on social media, I did give you a sneak peek that it was finished because it was on the blogging boards on.
So how long has that taken?
Oh, hang on. Let me show you the front.
That's lovely. That will go with my dress today. Not that I want a shawl on.
That took a week.
Yeah, less than a week.
Maybe less than a week.
That is beautiful.
I mean, it is
a big shawl.
Lengthwise, widthwise, it's just, I really do like it. It's just not that deep.
Oh, I like those, you see.
So I've got this one. So this is my Liliopsida one shawl. It's so much deeper.
Yeah. We might have to do a shawl swap.
And almost as wide. So I prefer the shape of the Liliopsida to the Spindrift.
I might have a deal for you then. I really like that. I wear a lot that shape.
Do you know? Sorry, you can't see that. So
I could see that.
How's that? So I'm holding the ends together. So the Liliopsida is a lot longer and a lot deeper, and they're both one skein shawls.
The other's got a lot of lace in it, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it has.
I mean,
I do
lovely.
really like it. I mean, there is no comparison because that's got silk in. That's got a bit of bamboo in, but it's blocked lovely.
How about we do a swap then?
What are you swapping? What have you got to swap? Oh, yes.
And I'm the opposite, you see. Look at that. It's a big triangle.
Well,
I'm not feeling it.
I didn't think.
And look how big it is.
It is enormous. Oh, that's what I was looking for.
This is the Arrowleaf. I mean, this is supposed to be one that gives you the diamonds, but I use my bakery box, so it's 2 different colours. I mean, it's beautiful.
There's 200 grams in that, isn't there?
But just look how long the triangle is, the depth of the triangle is.
That is massive.
I mean, what am I supposed to do with this bit?
Well, just leave it dangling.
Don't like it dangling. While I was eating it, I wasn't feeling the colours. I mean, that's a bit better.
You've not felt it since you've cast it on, really, have you?
It might be a swapsy.
Well, it can be a swapsy. That was going to be a present, but it can be a swapsy.
Oh, this might be a present. Happy birthday.
That's how much I'd got left. Whereas the Liliopsida, you really... I mean, I should have weighed that. I say this every week. I should have weighed it. But this can only be...
Go on, just guess.
10, 11 grams.
Go on, get your scales. Go on, I want to see if you're right.
No, it's not. I'm going bigger than that. I'm just trying to think, when I skein a mini, or when I ball a mini, I bet there's about 18 grams left in there.
I want to know if you've got right. Where's the scales?
I'll go and get the scales in a minute. So it's a 1 skein shawl, but the Liliopsida uses more of your yarn.
That looks lovely.
But it is really nice. So it's the Spindrift by Helen Stewart of Curious Handmade. I am liking these 1 skein ones. Yeah. As much as I like the colour together, and I like the size, but I think I'm
about to do another 1 skein. I mean, I love this, and the good thing is,
right. While you're entertaining everyone, I'll
really go giving me the love of the brioche knitting. That's the first brioche I've done, and it's made me want to go further, which I have, and I'll wait till Dominic comes back. And I love the pattern. The pattern's beautiful. I think it's just not my colours. It's a beautiful shawl, but yeah, it's just not. I'm not feeling it. I think it would look much nicer on Dominique, and that one she's just knit would look much nicer on me. So
well, it was going to be a present for Mum, so you can fight her for it.
Sorry, Mum. Sorry. In fact, Pat, which one would you like? You got a choice of 2.
Which one would she like? Claire. Sorry, Margaret. Shawls, don't like it dangling. She said that should be the title of the episode.
That could be a title of a lot of things, Margaret. Don't let it dangle. Don't like it dangling. lots of episodes, couldn't it?
More to come on that later. What yarn is it?
Mint B.
Mint B. Be Delightful Lemongrass is the colourway.
There you go.
And it's...
Together we get there. It's amazing.
Oh. It is BeeDevine, not Be Delightful. 65% superwash merino, 20% bamboo. Oh, it does have 15% silk in, but you really don't feel that silk.
Well, your mum's got a choice of 2, whichever she wants.
So it is really nice. It is, don't get me wrong, it is lovely, but it is nowhere near as nice as the 50% silk that's in this. But it's not going to be, is it? Because
it's amazing, isn't it, how big a shawl you can get out of those 1 skein, depending on the patterns that you use. You know, for the lace bits. Because on social media, I saw that you showed it, that Melly of RicRacRoom has just knit her one shawl in our green.
She's just done that Liliopsida.
And that looked beautiful. Was that the forest? Absolutely.
No, khaki.
Khaki, it looked absolutely beautiful in that green.
Khaki is not one of my favourite colours.
It looked stunning.
It looked absolutely stunning.
I looked at it and thought, is that our wool? Oh my goodness, that looks nice.
And when Caroline did it in the blue, she did one in, I mean, I know that, I kept saying I want to do a one colour one, and I forgot I'd got that. But they do look, I prefer, maybe it's shawls then, maybe it's small shawls, I prefer them in a solid colour to a multi.
Yes, I'm with you. Yeah. I think it just shows the stitch definition and everything off, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would always go multi. Yeah. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just prefer plain. A one skein shawl in a solid colour, not multi.
Because, can you remember when Claire did our Harvesting the Walls in one solid colour? And it completely, that's what started me wanting to do them in plain colours. Yes. And I'm with you a bit. I've gone more towards the plain colours. I really like them. I'd like to do one in our yak, one of our yak colours, I think.
Yeah.
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 Although I have got one of the main skeins out of the new box that I've just dyed, so I may use that. I'm not telling you what it is, everybody.
No.
Surprise, but it was funny because I nearly used it for my next project and I thought, well, that's not good. I can't do that because I can't show it. I did think for one split second I was there. Ooh, just gone cool for a second. Just let me soak it in. Oh, the umbrella's blobbling. Your mum says, can she send it to Kerry? Which one though?
The silk one.
Ah, that's your call then.
Yeah.
So I was saying that I love the pattern and I think I would do it just it was the colours perhaps. And I didn't make it as big as it should be because I ran out of the last bit. That last bit colour should be the same again as the depth of these two. So it would have been even longer. And I think it probably is, it's more like a big winter shawl, do you know what I mean?
Yes. Well, it is
if I wore it properly without me dangly bits hanging down, I'd be fine. So from there, I thought, I want to do 2 colour brioche now.
Yeah. So what have you cast on?
I found a pattern and it's Sizzle Pop by Nick Graffiti.
Oh, that's nice.
Beautiful, isn't it?
A shawl?
A shawl. Let me show you another picture.
Again, another triangle. Or is that an asymmetrical triangle?
Yeah, it's asymmetrical.
Right.
But I started it and I think I bit a little bit off more than I could chew because I've gone from just normal 1 colour brioche to 2 colour brioche with lots and lots of patterns.
Yes.
So I battled it for a few nights and I was getting there and I thought, why am I doing this? Why don't I start off and do a simpler 2 colour one, get my head into gear and then move on to it.
Learn the technique before you start adding patterns into it.
Oh, what a sensible week, haven't I? That's 2 sensible things I've suggested. So, the Evanescence shawl. Can you see?
Oh, is that a long, thin one?
Yes, so it's the shape I like, and that's by Leila Franco. So, that's the white side. That's Peacock with the undyed yak, and that's the back side.
Oh, I prefer that side.
Well, the beauty of it is, as you can see on the pattern, it changes, so it's both.
Ah.
So it's the peacock, and then it'll go into a stripe of the grey, and then it'll go back, so it like reverses its reversibility.
So whichever side you're wearing it, you're going to see both sides anyway.
So, but yes.
I've
mastered it, and I'm really, really enjoying it. So I thought that maybe I should try and learn a little bit more about brioche before I start going into very, very complicated patterns.
Yes.
So where did that leave me? apparently she is the brioche guru. Nancy,
Who is it?
Nancy Marchant. And when I was looking at a lot of patterns, they were all referring to this book and saying, if you need any instruction, go to this book or whatever.
She has quite a lot of how-to videos as well, doesn't she? Yes.
So it is absolutely amazing because look, it's all pictures for everything, and then there's quite a few patterns in there as well.
So is it more like you would buy a Stitch Bible type thing rather than a pattern book?
It's very much like the Stitch Bible, so it's got all the stitches in, but then I would say a good the last 100 odd pages is all patterns. I mean, look.
Oh, right.
I mean, I like this one on the front.
Yeah.
So, and because all the instructions are in, I think I'm going to do some out of there. But it's really...
I've not seen any of her videos, but I was watching, I can't remember who I was watching podcasting, and they would talk about her and talk about her how-to videos.
Yeah, so she's obviously the guru of... So I've been sensible, thought, right, I'll learn how to do it.
Caroline said she nearly went for that one. And Claire's saying that she's had the scissor pop on her to-do list for nearly 2 years.
Yeah. Claire and I were talking about this because it was funny, and when I said, I said, I don't believe it, that's the pattern. It's a beautiful pattern, but you do have to get your head around, and the way it's written, it implies that you already know how to do quite.
You know what you're doing, yeah.
Where this one I'm doing literally gives you, it's a very wordy pattern, but it gives you proper step by step.
But when you're learning a new technique, that's what you need, isn't it?
And it's remembering, because you slide your needle, so you do one row, and then because you're doing the other colour, you have to slide it, and it's remembering.
And do the same again, don't you? Yeah.
Not to slide it, and yeah. But I'm really enjoying it. So that is in the Peacock. So that's the natural yak, which we'll be selling that. We'll be putting that on the store. You can buy the natural yak on its own with the Peacock.
They look really, really, and I wouldn't have put them together. They look really nice knitted up together.
No, I mean, I think I could have gone with a bolder choice as well to make it pop a bit more, but I really like, especially like you say on the...
Yeah.
But once
I really like it because it knocks the peacock back as well.
So, so that's what I've been doing. So
very good.
So there's been lots of concentrating going on, but when I was trying to do that other pattern, because as you could see, it had lots of swirls where it goes back on itself. Oh, it was hilarious. I'd started to get it, and then I thought, oh, I can't work. I couldn't visualize where I needed to be. Where at least now, I can see how it should knit and how it should look.
Yes.
Where on that I was going a bit blind. Really, I didn't know what it should look like.
But that to me is like when you first start doing knitting lace. I mean, I'm still not that expert. If you make a mistake, learning how to correct it. Whereas at least if you make a mistake in that, you can learn how to do all that, can't you?
Because the lace, I can sort of see now when I'm doing my pattern, I can see where I need to be before I read my pattern, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? You can see it forming, can't you? Yeah. So, a learning curve. But I would definitely recommend that book. I got that from Amazon. That was the cheapest place I could find it. So it's Fresh Brioche, Knitting Fresh Brioche, and it's by Nancy Marchant.
Very good.
Nice book as well. And it has, I like these bits that you can put in. It's like little built-in bookmark. Lots of abbreviations.
It is a bit of a new language, even though it's knitting. It is a new language.
Completely. But I mean, look at those. Beautiful. Anyway, so that's what I've been keeping myself entertained with. What else have you been doing then?
Lisa's saying Suzanne Summer, she's got some lovely brioche patterns as well.
Oh, I'll have to have a look.
Very good.
Because I was looking at some jumpers as well with brioche patterns in. Oh, look.
Well, honestly, I thought I'd got myself all organised. I really haven't. I won't show it because it's not here. I have been knitting on my Soldotna jumper. I mean, it's too hot now, but I have now added, I'm not joking, I've probably added 10 inches in length and I've done the rib, so that I just now need to take back the arms and pick them up so I can knit the arms. So that is just coming out for Knit and Natters when I don't have to think about it. Yeah. I'm just chugging through it. But it had got put to one side and not touched for a few weeks, and I just want it off the needles. So Kathy, I am chugging along with it. But I've got I've done a split hem again because I do like a split hem. So I've got both front and back hems done, but they just both need casting off, and then I can pick up and do the sleeves. Nice. And I'm doing what Kathy'd done. I'm doing the sleeves in a solid colour, I think.
Oh,
I'm making them full length.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to wear it more. So.
Yeah. Well, I've been working on my socks again, but I won't bore you and show you them because it's still in the same. I'm about ready to start turning the heel. So.
Oh, are you? Oh,
yeah.
Good.
But I've just been sort of pootling with those, as you say, when I've been on Knit and Natters, so I don't have to think about the brioche. I've been doing that.
Yes. Speaking of socks, one, I really like these. I mean, look. So I have only just really cast them on and started the pattern.
You want another pair?
Yeah.
Good Lord. Oh, thunderflies, they're just driving me mad.
I know they are. I'm just using Stash Up again.
Oh, that's nice.
It's got a bit of lace. So it is from the Socks from the Toe Up book, and it is the Serpentine socks.
So is that a double knit pattern then, or can you adjust it?
Yes.
Right.
Well, actually, I say it's a double knit pattern. It doesn't say. It just says that the yarn used is 292 meters, but it's 142 grams. So I've taken that as kind of double knit weight.
Could even be thicker.
I mean, it could be. But I've just picked another double knit one because I wanted double knit. But
yeah,
I like the pattern.
Really pretty pattern. I like that. Do you know what they look like? Can you remember your white school socks you used to have, and they used to have that pattern going up?
Well, there are some in here.
I used to love those white knee-length socks with your little school shoes.
That look very much like your school shoes.
Yes.
I mean, they're in purple, but I have tried to avoid them because, I mean, look.
I bet at your grammar school you probably had to wear them till you were 16, did you?
Now, I think we were allowed to wear tights in the winter. But, yeah, so it's the Serpentine socks. And I just had enough of I mean, this is all from you.
I might have some more somewhere.
I might need it because I've done the toe, and actually halfway around the last round of the toe, I've gone into the purple, and then I've got purple at plum rather, but yeah, I've not got enough to do the sock.
I'll have a look at what I've got.
I'm not joking when I say I'm using Stash because I've got teeny bits.
Let me see what I've got in double knit because I've got quite a bit.
And then, well, I have, but it's like reds and.
No, I think I've got the purples and pinks and blues.
Well, these aren't my colours. You've given these to me, and I'm just knitting them. But at the minute, I've got big things on the needles, and I just wanted something that I could.
Things on the needles.
I literally do sit down and do just 2 rows, two rounds on each sock, and then I can go and do something else. Oh, God,
I've got to say, it's not good wearing a bra in this weather.
No, I know. Well, I nearly took mine off, but you can see me, so I thought I've had to keep it on. So, I mean, one, I just love my DPN holders.
Yes, they are very nice.
From Pickle-Lily, thank you, Joe. But yeah, I thought I just want something that is something that's not going to take forever to do. Have you got anything else?
No, I haven't got any other knitting.
Have you not done any more in your Sophie's universe?
No, because that's getting a bit big. It's like quite warm. Do you know what I mean? I've been engrossed in me brioche knitting and my socks. I've done a few rounds of Beryl, I've got to admit.
Oh, good. Again,
I'm not showing you that because it's just getting boring. So because I was concentrating on that brioche, I'm not joking. On the first bit of the shawl, I'd done a big chunk.
Yeah.
Pulled it out and thought, no. And then I've just been, and because it is, now I'm there and I know what I'm doing, I can go a bit faster. But to start off with, I was really having to concentrate.
Yes.
And it's
well, I've got one more thing I've cast on.
I want a bucket of water for my feet, please.
Yes. I want a fan, if you can hurry up, Mr. Delivery Driver. But before I show you what I've cast on.
Yeah.
Now, Caroline, I'm pleased you told us what you told us on Wednesday, because I won't feel too bad. I might have been purchasing again.
Was this before I joined you?
Yes.
Been.
But fortunately, I know Caroline's already been on and bought something, so I can't be blamed for enabling this time. Look at that.
I mean, RicRacRoom, you've been busy again. That is, if anybody, I think that's your colours.
Well.
With your sofa.
And the little charm is a little.
I love those bags. It's the attention to detail with the little charms. It's the
it's
lavender.
A little leaf, because it's quite autumnal. I'm just trying to. It's a little leaf stitch marker.
They're just beautiful. The lavender.
It's the handle. They're just so beautifully made. You know, pockets and
such a good price.
Oh. And like you say, lavender, even a lavender's got a little RicRacRoom on it. And
don't forget that you're getting one of these bags in. I'm just doing the sales pitch. Don't forget you get one of these bags in your
not this fabric, but
it's a special one.
And of course I've gone for zip. Now I don't know if this is for everybody or whether Melly's just done it for me, but I also got a pencil in there.
Look at that.
Thank you, Melly. It is
beautiful.
We always love a good pencil.
Always love a good pencil.
So, because last week we were talking about the new invention of projects in waiting, I just needed a project bag. So
you just needed a project bag. I just needed, and it needed to be a big size because look what's in it. Oh. Beautiful.
Look at them.
Absolutely gorgeous. I know it's our wool, but it's really nice colours.
I know. I feel the same. I know it's our wool, but this is the yak.
Oh, Lisa's been ordering as well. Dominique, that looks beautiful. Yes. Which one did you go for, Lisa?
Lisa, don't blame me. Just blame Caroline.
Which one did you go for? I dare. Look, she got some more on. Oh.
Yes. Have you gone zip or drawstring, Lisa?
You know what's going to happen, don't you? I'm just going to be sat here I'm going to have a look now.
Look, then thank you, Melly. Then I think the pencil was for me because Caroline says she didn't get a pencil, but she's got more than one bag. She got 2 bags. But Tracy, one of our Knit and Natter ladies on a Wednesday night with her July bakery collection, ordered an extra 100 grams of the cherry red because she wanted to make a jumper. And It looked stunning in the yak. So I thought, I want to make a jumper. So that's what I've cast on. But rather than find a pattern that I like and make a jumper, I've decided I'm designing a jumper pattern. So that's what I've done. And I've just cast it on.
Oh, well, I can't spend any money.
Why?
Because they're all, there's drawstring little bags.
Oh, are they all zips?
They're all zips. Oh, no, they're not. I'm just not reading it properly.
Oh, Lisa.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Claire, it is petrol and no, it's not. It's turquoise and orange, turquoise and petrol. No,
Turquoise and olive, people. It is turquoise and olive. I will tell you what it is. Dominique's got heat stroke, I think, by the sound of it.
The petrol and the turquoise are not a million miles away from each other, but this is actually the turquoise and the olive. And I think I'm going to do it I'm going to stripe it because I do like a stripe.
Are you having a bit of lace in there?
I wasn't going to have lace, but I did design last night. I've done a lace design, so yes. So I just need to take a couple of rows out because I've designed the lace before.
Please tell everybody how excited you were. You were telling us how excited. I mean, this is hilarious. You were talking, weren't you, at the Knit and Natter?
That's because, like Marie said, most people would design a jumper like knitting it as you go, but not when you've got a maths brain. Sorry, Caroline's putting me off. She said, I love that you're assuming that plural means 2.
I think it means at least 4.
And it's raining. Can you send the rain this way, please, Caroline?
Please do.
But when you've got a numbers brain, why would you spend time knitting when you can work it out mathematically? So let's see what happens. I've designed it using maths, and now I'm just starting to knit it.
From your pattern?
To check it works.
Watch this space.
And because obviously the smaller you make it, the less knitting you're doing. I'm making a small just to work the numbers out. So watch this space. But I watched Caroline cast on I think the petrol and the orange, has Caroline got?
Yes, I think the orange was in there.
And it looks stunning. So I just wanted to knit with W.I.P.s.
Bye, Claire. See you next week.
See you next week. So yeah, it is the jumper that Tracy knit looked beautiful. So I thought, right,
I'll design one.
That's it. I'll design one, and then I'll have a beautiful new project bag to go in it.
Got to. I mean, you've just got to have them, haven't you?
So I've had a bitty week because I cast that shawl off on Sunday. So that was cast off fairly quickly, but then the rest of the week I've been, it was turquoise, Caroline. It was turquoise and orange. They just look so nice together. And that's why I thought I'm going to do mine in 2 colours rather than one.
Perfect. It does look nice, but it did make me giggle how excited you were that you were sat designing a pattern and doing all the maths and percentages and what have you got in your hair? Have you got a double pointed needle in your hair?
I've got a DPN in there.
I mean, that's dangerous.
I mean, different coloured pens.
Yeah, freak. You're just a freak of nature, I'm afraid.
Just, and that's why the other day...
Did it make you happy?
It made me very happy.
Good.
And that's why when Caroline was saying about a friend struggling to work out how to decrease 34 numbers over how many stitches, I'd already done it.
Yeah, I had to get the app out. Dominique had it done in her head. I got the app out, which if anybody's struggling to do, when a pattern says, it doesn't give you the numbers, but it just says decrease 50 stitches on the next row. It's an app called Knit Evenly. I think it was Marion that told me about it when we were away. And it's fantastic because if you need to do loads of increases or decreases, you just put your numbers in and press the button and it tells you how much to do it. Dominique had already worked it.
That's so it's spread out evenly, isn't it? Because you can just
run it, can't you? Well, I think it's roughly about divided by 10. I think I feel rain. If I all of a sudden have to run.
Oh, well, it's bypassed me. Definitely no rain here.
I just felt sticky spots of rain.
Spit spot.
No, I might have just imagined it.
So that is what, but so I've got the soldotna, which is now just sleeves, but that's double knit and it's the jumper's knit. I've cast that on as a 4-ply jumper, which I said I would never ever knit. So that's why I wanted my socks cast on, because I can do them quickly and easily.
It's like my crocheting. I've started it, but it's more, I'm not thinking of that as a quick project. Do you know what I mean? That's something I'm just going to be working on, and it's too warm to be sat with that.
Well, the other day I was sat with my sold Donegal, but I'd got it on the table. I sat at the table, so actually it wasn't on my knee, which was quite a nice way of knitting, because it would have been too warm otherwise. So
we'd just like to say as well, we got a little gift each, didn't we, in the post?
This is what I was thinking about, dangly bits. This is what reminded me when I said stand by for more dangly bits. And
we would just like to thank the person who sent us them. Obviously, whoever sent them doesn't want to be named, which is absolutely fine, and we understand that. We're not going to put your name out, but we just want to say thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And it really does. Yeah, it was lovely. It does bring a little. So where's your card?
Well, I'm going to show what was in the card first. Oh, she says.
Little sheepy stitch markers.
I only got mine today because I've not seen Marie. I mean,
they're beautiful.
They are absolutely. I love art.
And what's weird that I've just bought myself a dress and it's sort of got that pattern on.
You see, I love all of them, but I really, really love the multicoloured one.
They're beautiful. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
The cards just
are in there. What did they come in, Marie?
What do you mean? What did they come in? They came in an envelope.
No, I mean the stitch markers. Oh.
I mean, honestly.
Right, I'll show you so people can see.
Mine says, the male judge thought Barbara had oversugared her donuts. I mean, if you remember a few weeks ago when I was showing the melting moments, I mean, it could be me with me, I'm not sure who he is, but.
And mine says, goodness, what big blooms, exclaimed the vicar.
They are, so whoever it was that sent them, thank you so much.
They are nudie. They're just.
You don't have to send us things, but it was nice and very kind words. So thank you very much. It was lovely.
Thank you very Marie, because they went to Marie. So Marie sent me a picture of hers. She didn't open mine. And it just made me giggle. So it's nice to know that we are spreading a little bit of joy to people. But that is going up in pride of place and will make me giggle every time I walk past it.
I did. I opened it and I just thought, it was really nice. So thank you very much. It was very touching. Thank you.
It really was. It really was. I've made some little notes today in my.
Oh, what little notes have you made?
Just to remind me of what to look at. It's just. I'd seen Margaret commenting. Margaret's managed to snaffle a bag for a big crochet project. Ooh. And I'd noted, thank you for your comments. Thank you for everyone that comments on the videos. Margaret had commented, I don't know if you saw, Marie, some of the comments last week, but Margaret's getting a husband to put her up some brass hooks in the conservatory to hang all the project bags on.
Yes.
Following on from the conversation we'd had last week. So, and then Jane had said, because I apologised for enabling people, and she said she was happy to be enabled, and she'd treated herself and bought some gifts. But then she just asked about how we met and how we started the business. Now, we've said this on previous episodes, but Jane's asked, so we'll just say briefly, shall we?
Well, a long, long time ago. We met through work, didn't we?
About 20 years ago.
20 odd years ago. And I was pregnant at the time, wasn't it? I think the first time we really met.
Yes, I think you probably were.
Yeah, I was pregnant with Grace and I was on restricted duties at work and I was an acting sergeant. And so I'd been posted into the control room in Lincoln. because I was on like duties. I'd been in CID, and then I was passed my sergeant's exam, so I was acting, and Dominique was on my shift. So that's where I first met Dominique. I knew who she was, but I didn't really know you, did I?
Well, paths had not crossed before then, had they?
I knew Jane, who you were working with, because Jane had worked at Gainsborough with me. So I knew Jane.
Yes.
But I didn't really know Dominique. So that's how we first met, and then it was more through a mutual friend of both of ours.
Yes.
That we all ended up going out one night, didn't we? Or did we go shopping somewhere? I can't remember.
We must have gone out as a group.
Yeah.
We were there with a group of other people.
But we probably went out with the shift as well. I remember going out with the shift a few times, so it's probably from there. So that's how we first met, through work. And yeah, we've known each other. Well, Grace is 20 now, so it's probably 21 years.
Yes. Yeah. But then four of us then just become friends, and we used to go away once or twice a year, didn't we?
Yeah.
So
yeah, we used to go out a lot and do things. And then Dominique and I, because we're both very crafty, aren't we? Not in a weird term. We both have always made things, and that's more probably why we gravitated towards each other, wasn't it? Because we both were always making things. And then when I left work, I was then like desperate to try and find something else to do. And I made cards. Honestly, the crafting stuff we have between us is obscene. Honestly, it's ridiculous. I think I've tried every possible craft there is going.
I think you've probably tried a little bit more than me, but I've tried most things.
And you remember when we went to the NEC that time? I think we were all just starting to get into card making.
Yes.
We came home with Sizzix machines. We came home with card, ribbon, you name it. Stencils.
Jane did as well, didn't she?
Yeah, stencils, stamps, all inks. Honestly, I spent a fortune that day. And I started. Yeah, we used to make a lot of cards, didn't we? But then you know, I was medically retired from work, so left work. You've carried on, but we've still stayed friends and staying quite with each other. But I would say it's probably over the last. Well, how long have we had the business going now? 3 years. Probably over the last 5 years. I think it was when one of our friends moved, didn't she?
Yes.
And then we spent a bit more time together, didn't we? Just because obviously we live fairly close to each other. Dominique helps me out quite a lot with my daughter. Not that I need much help, but when she was younger, used to, you know,
help with maths.
And Scooby, my wonderful special needs dog. And then so I'll let you carry on for the business bit. So that's how we met. That's how we met, wasn't it?
It was a long time ago.
A long time ago.
But then in 2015, I took a career break and went and did a degree. And as part of this degree, which was a business degree, I ended up doing projects and ended up going back to the NEC. Yes. And a few days before I went, I said to Marie, do you fancy coming? Because I thought it'd be boring. And as we wandered around, you
were looking for fabric, weren't you? You were going to set up a business.
I was just going to say,
making fabric kits.
I can't even think what show it was, because there was yarn and fabric.
It was the knitting and stitching show.
It wasn't. It was a trade show.
Oh, it was. That's right. But for
it was a trade show.
And knitting.
But for yarn and fabrics, wasn't
it?
Like there weren't paper crafts or things like that there.
No, it was all fabric and yarn.
And that's where we met. Like the West Yorkshire Spinners were there.
Hang on, it was something in stitches, because I still get letters for it. G and GC stitches and something.
Oh, was it? But it was a trade show. Yeah. And wandering around this trade show, as you do, as a lot of thought goes into everything we do, we just went, well, I think you said, if you ever fancy doing something like this, I'm happy to go in with you. Well, what do you think? So we binged looking at the fabrics, and then
we saw indie dyed. It was the Malabrego, wasn't it? That's what we saw to start off with. We looked at that.
Yes. And before I'd gone, earlier that year, I'd done a little bit of dyeing myself just to have a go. So we came back, we drove all the way back from the NEC, which is about an hour and 50 minutes drive, came up with Wool is the Answer, and we went from there, didn't we?
We did. It was because
everything we've done has been very organic and not planned.
Well, originally we started off, didn't we? We were going to just become an online shop and sell British wool. That was our plan, wasn't it? That's where we were going. We weren't going to be dyers. We started off thinking, right, well, let's source and just sell British wool. So we started off with West Yorkshire Spinners, didn't we? And then we started to look around at who else we could incorporate. But then you started the dyeing, you'd already done it. I wanted to play, and then we just got a bit carried away, didn't we?
We just went from there.
So by then we'd already started selling the West Yorkshire Spinners, and we started running a knit and natter, didn't we? A craft.
We'd already got hand dyed when we did our knit and
natter.
But
it wasn't. It was just all random hand dyed, wasn't it? There was no planning. It wasn't like you could get 3 balls of this. It was like there was 1 ball of that, and there was 1 ball of this. And how did you make it? Not flipping.
Can I have another ball of that? No, because
it's a special. Because we didn't think that people would want to buy it, did we? We were just looking at it and thinking, well, if it sells, it'll sell. And it became apparent that people wanted to buy hand-dyed yarn, and they liked what we were doing. And so we didn't sell any other wool, and we just started, and it went from there. And then people kept talking about doing shows, and we thought, oh, let's just apply for one. So our first show we applied for was Yarndale.
Yeah.
And we got it. I mean, can you imagine the utter panic?
We had no idea. We had no idea how much people sold, how much yarn we'd need.
We'd only been once anyway, hadn't we? We'd only been once.
Yeah.
We didn't have a clue, not a Scooby-Doo. And it was amazing.
It was absolutely, but everything we have done, we have worked along the line, which is my motto. What is the worst that can happen? Well, the worst that can happen is no one buys anything and we have a lot of yarn to use between us. That was the worst that could happen.
Yeah.
And the one thing you missed out there, we decided we'd do a bit of a knit and natter because we wanted to meet people locally.
We did cake from the beginning because Caroline's just said that. Did we? We did.
Yes.
When we were at this knitting show, this knitting and thing, I think that the Karen cakes, was it Karen cakes, were just starting to come out.
Yes, it was.
And we said, why isn't it all done like this? We now know why, because it flipping takes ages.
Yes.
So that's when we said that needs to be our thing.
We did want to stand out.
Yeah, we wanted to stand out. So we knew then, right from the beginning, and we've always caked, but from the beginning, we were winding it by hand. Oh,
yes.
Dear.
Yeah, it was hard.
It used to collapse.
And we didn't do anywhere near the quantity. So
no.
We could.
But we knew from the beginning we needed to be different. So we will put the first ones. I didn't see any, but we researched and there was nobody else really.
And really at Yarndale, other than the commercial, like Karen, no one else was.
No, we were the first sort of ones that started doing the winding. And we don't charge for it, it's incorporated in our price, and
because it's what we want to do.
It's how we wanted to. So go on, where were you? You were
I was just going to say we decided we wanted to see if we could run a knit and natter, and then we picked. There was nowhere in my village, nowhere in your village we could think of, so we decided Tealby because it got a beautiful tea room was the reason we picked Tealby, because we knew the cakes were nice. And we put things out on social media, and we had 2 ladies turn up. We sat there going, is anyone going to turn up? And 2 ladies turned up. And that was Leslie and Iris. And that is Iris, who has now become Knitterish Designs.
Yeah.
So, Caroline, like you said about it being fake, it absolutely, because from Iris and Leslie coming, Iris, well, they both knit a lot, but Iris is just prolific. She just started designing shawls.
Yeah.
So she designed our first Christmas shawl, the 12 Days of Christmas, and then her mind and needles just went on overdrive. Yeah. So when we did Yarndale the following September, we had a store full of shawls
Yeah.
that she'd knitted, that we had the patterns to
We were
sell because
very
I was
lucky.
with us,
Very lucky.
and that sold the wool. It just, everything about it was.
I think we've been very fortunate in us. Everything that we've done, you know, when we found Cumby, who did our first crochet pattern, that was at Woolmonty. You know, we met her, we really liked her. She started off our crochet because people were saying to us,
Yes.
crochet. Then at another show, we met Wendy.
Wendy, yeah.
Who you know, has gone on to design quite a lot of our crochet things.
Yes.
We did sort of bully Wendy into doing it, didn't we?
Well, Wendy absolutely had the skills, but not the confidence. So
we didn't have the confidence, and we used.
I'm not going to use the word bully. I'm going to use the word encouraged.
Okay, then I'll use the word bully because I think we did a little bit.
We did a little bit of bullying.
But again, we were just saying, well, what Dominique's theory? What's worse that can happen?
Yeah.
Nobody buys it, but they have, and then it's just grown and grown from there, hasn't it? Everything we've done. Katie, who now does quite a bit of designing for us,
yes,
who's done some of the recent knitting shawls. We met Katie through my daughter. My daughter's best friend, her sister was doing a textiles degree, and we thought, why don't we approach her and see if she can help us out? Right in the very early days, wasn't it?
Yeah.
She said she didn't really do much hand knitting, but her friend Katie did. So off we tootles and we visit Katie. And so, you know, I sometimes think that's the best way, isn't it? When it's people you meet that just come into your life at the right reasons for the right reasons, rather than going out hunting and, you know, it's all been through people we've met and who we liked and we wanted to work with.
And it's been very much it's felt right rather than being planned.
And as you say, we're such business women that we plan all these things, do we? I mean, honestly, if you were to sit in some of our business meetings, we start off, right, we're going to do this. By the time we've finished, we've completely sacked that idea, and we've
worked round to something else.
It's like the retreat, isn't it? So we knew we wanted to do a retreat. We knew what we wanted. We knew we wanted a bit of luxury, home comfort. Come in your pajamas, stay in your pajamas. Nobody else to worry you. So but then it was really fortunate where we found, which is literally the location of it is in between our villages, really.
Yes.
It's like, you know, a few minutes drive for both of us, isn't it? It's not far away.
Yeah.
I mean, we couldn't have.
No, we couldn't have chosen it better.
And the people there as well have been so accommodating, haven't they?
Yeah,
you know,
they've
taken a risk with us, you know, and it felt right. That's what we do a lot of hours. It felt right, didn't it?
We've spoken about that for a long time, but it just obviously happened at the right time.
Yeah. So, it's bizarre isn't it, how we managed to work it, but so that in a nutshell is how we met, how the business started, and so then we just have these silly ideas, don't we, of like, right, well, what do we want to achieve this year? Oh, can we have a trailer? Do you think we could afford a trailer? So that was our first thing, wasn't it? We wanted a trailer.
That was to get to shows, because when we did Yarndale, we took 3 cars just to get everything there.
Not very cost effective, was it?
No, but...
And when we say 3 cars, they were absolutely rammed, weren't they?
Yeah, they really
and it was full of like furniture. Oh, I mean, it was ridiculous. So then found a trailer, which was a story in itself, wasn't it? We had a couple of disasters with the trailer.
We did. But the one we've got is the right one for us, because it fits everything perfectly.
Yeah, we could not have, literally, because David, my husband, built the stall stand, and we didn't have the trailer, and we would it was funny measuring it, because a lot of it was going, well, Dominique, I need it this height because I'm like 10 foot tall. Marie, well, I'm a bit smaller for me. I'm not short, I'm 5'8", but Dominique's a lot taller than me. So it was like all these heights had to be, you know, and then we decided, we knew how we wanted it to look, didn't we? And we just kept drawing things and going, can you just make us that? And it then got to be put together by us, wasn't it? No word of a lie. We got this trailer, didn't we? David basically rebuilt it. He took it all apart and then riveted it together, sold it,
Welded,
because he was very happy. It was like flash dance moment. He got himself all the gear. And the stuff for the stall goes in with like centimetres to
4 inches, if that.
It's as if it was made to be built round it. Everything goes in, everything. I mean, if you've ever seen such shows, you need to come and watch as it is. It's like Yenga. I'm inside, Dominique's outside, and I know everything goes, and I have it all like packaged in little, no, this bit goes in there. And
every single inch of it is
every single inch. So that was our first thing that we thought, can we achieve this? And then it was the shed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or our shed quarters, as I like to call it.
It was, yeah. So it has evolved slowly at a nice pace.
Yeah.
But it's felt right.
Yes. So
and then I'm just reading Lisa's comment about.
I've just seen that, yeah.
Yeah. Just such a small world, but that honestly, that just makes me so happy.
I know
that somebody. I'm sure you're all reading the comments, but a friend of hers bought an advent calendar at our first Yarndale and shared it on the WhatsApp group every day in December so that everyone could enjoy it. Honestly, it's so nice to hear that.
And we both still, I mean, I'm talking for both of us, but I know we both feel the same on this. We still are very overwhelmed by it, aren't we? When people, you know,
even when we get something like that.
I was nearly in tears.
Oh, it's just because so nice.
It's not why we do it, is it? And it's so nice that people appreciate what we're doing. They like the wall, you know. So we really appreciate you coming along and watching all us rambling on here.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for people watching it, we wouldn't be doing it, would we? Do you know what I mean?
And I know, you know, ask me how to decrease 30 odd stitches over 400 stitches. I can do that. Ask me who came and bought something from us at Yarndale.
I'll know.
I'm not very good with that, but I do still enjoy talking to people and just seeing the joy in people's faces as they're choosing yarn you know, I remember clearly Wendy and her mum coming because they'd got leggings on that had got like knitting.
It was a mum's 60th birthday, wasn't it?
Yeah. So and we stood chatting to them for ages. So I might not be able to remember people's names when they've come. Marie can remember everybody, but it is still I still enjoy when people bring two of our yarns together and you go, I'd have never put them together, and it looks stunning. Yeah. So
what I like is, and people have said this to us, it shows you don't have to come and buy anything. You come and natter to us. The amount of people have said, oh, it's so nice because you will stand and talk to them, you know, within reason when you're running, but we do stand and talk because that's what normal people do, isn't it?
Exactly. Yes.
You know, so, and it's been so nice for us when we were doing shows, especially when we've done a couple of podcasts and people coming up to us. And it was a bit, you know, you could see that they were like, oh, they didn't dare talk. And we're thinking, well, is there somebody who you know, God.
Well, Bakewell.
Yes.
Bakewell. Tracy came to it and
Tracy, you do not know how much that touched us. We were a bit shocked actually because Tracy came, she'd made us all something, a little gift.
A little sheet badge.
We were a bit like, oh my Lord.
With some Maltesers. Honestly, it was lovely.
It's not why we do it. It's not why we do it.
No,
but it was so nice. We are human, you know. We're just, you know, we don't live in this box here.
We are just stupid women.
Oh,
giggling.
Sun's coming out. Can you see me? Have I disappeared on the screen?
You have disappeared a bit. You keep coming and going. Well, not coming. That's better.
I'll move
you can see you now.
So you asked on a short,
very long-winded way, but it was just Jane had asked the comment last week, so I thought I know a lot of people will have watched all the episodes, but some won't. So
that's we've known each other a long time now.
Yes.
I keep trying to get rid of her by now, but she just won't go.
I keep coming back. Keep coming back.
It's coming back. I'm sure Dominic thinks that of me every time I ring her and go, are you in? She's probably thinking of an excuse of time to say, oh, I'm not here.
I thought you were going to say every time I ring and say, I've been thinking.
Oh, yeah. No, that is another thing.
I think we should do this.
Yeah. Poor Dominique gets all that. I've been thinking. Oh, she must think, oh, here we go.
It depends what time you were thinking. It's like, I was thinking late last night. Oh dear, now what's it going to be? But from them thoughts,
in a twist.
From them thoughts, we normally get somewhere, don't we?
Yeah, we may not always get there.
It may not be that crazy thought that came out first, but anyway.
After we've had all this good news, we have to announce, well, not bad news, but something that we've been putting off. We've been putting off doing this. Before the C word happened, we were putting our prices up in April. Because we know we're very, very competitive. We know we are. We know we're good prices, and we cake our yarn. And we knew we had to put our prices up. We didn't really want to, but people were saying you really should be putting your prices up.
And we've not put them up in the 3 years since we've been going.
Since we started, the prices have stayed exactly the same for the last 3 years. And of course, we do sort of substitute a little bit of the postage and packaging, don't we? You know, with our free postage and packaging over certain amounts and things. So before lockdown, at the beginning of the year, we'd already started getting new labels printed.
Yeah.
We were all ready to do it. And then, of course, COVID hit. And I remember us having the conversation, and we were both going, we can't do it. It just didn't feel right.
No, it absolutely didn't. It wasn't right. It
felt really mean to put our prices up, which is stupid because it's a business, and but it just didn't feel right.
No.
I'm afraid that from Monday we are having to put our prices up. Some of you have already had the yarn with the labels on. If you read the labels, you must be thinking, well, I didn't pay this much for that yarn. What's going on? So
it's because they were the only labels we'd got.
Exactly. So the new products that we brought out at the minute, the Yak, that's staying the same because we'd already worked out how much that was going to cost. Yes. So the prices will be going up. So at the minute it's £14.50 for our standard Superwash Platinum sock yarn. So that's going up to £16. The Donegal, which we don't have much of, but it is in some of the shawls, that's going up to from £15.50 to £17. And the Sparkle is going from £16.50 to £18. So we've rounded it all up as well.
Yeah.
We're keeping it. Everything else. I mean, obviously, we're going to have to adjust the prices on Monday. This will happen.
Yeah.
So everything will change from Monday.
Yeah. So it'll just affect the prices of the shawl packs and things like that. But
minis, with keeping the pack as it is.
I think we are at the minute.
Yeah. Because
we are at the minute because ridiculously they should go up.
Yeah.
But actually, it just is easy. 4 for 10. Oh, we don't do 4 for 10 or 6 for 15, which has always been the show offer. So I think for now we've decided that we're going to leave the minis.
Yeah. So we're sorry.
Yeah, we are. Like you say, everything was done. Everything was printed.
Yes.
But then we've just held off and held off and held off. So. Yeah. But we wanted to give you all a heads, so it's not just going to come as a big shock on Monday if you go on the site and think, what's
yeah. I mean, we could have not told you, and we could have just done it, but that's not us.
No, it's.
And as I say, we did wrestle with this, which is bonkers, because we should have put it up in April on the 1st of April.
But also, and we're not doing this now to encourage you to go and buy anything, but if there was anything you were thinking about, we just wanted to give you the opportunity. It's there. You've got a few days if you want to before it goes up. So
have you seen a comment from Jane said that she saw us unpacking the trailer at Woolness was very amusing with Marie disappearing, because I am that little bit short. I can fit in a little bit easier.
And you're double jointed. I have no flexibility.
I'm very bendy, so I can get into very spaces.
So I do all the heavy lifting, and Marie does all the squishing into stupid shapes.
Again, it works, doesn't it?
It works.
Are both completely different, but both very similar.
It worked.
It's funny because normally when I'm packing the kit, I mean, I sort of lose all. It's warm in there. I do sort of go a little bit doolally. I normally start singing to myself. And Dominique videoed me once because I was singing me.
That was.
I'm wedging. And everybody around was like killing themselves laughing because Dominique, I'm in the trailer singing my head off going, I'm wedging.
I'd gone back, it was at Yarndale, I'd gone back in to collect the next big load of coming back. So I just, before I let Marie know I was back, I just had to press record. So that is somewhere on social media, I think. But
thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, so
thank you.
We cake it. So again, that's some indie dyers do. I think some of them will cake it, but some of them charge or whatever. So you know, we think we're reasonable. But I mean, if you don't want to buy from us, you don't have to. That's what we've always said. You know.
And that's one of the things I've missed from shows as well. The posts we used to get on social media of people that have bought it, not driven. You know, they're either on a bus or they're a passenger, and they're sending pictures casting on, driving away from Yarndale. So
because as we said
before,
we've seen, you know, you see on social media horror stories of people getting hold of a skein or a skein, however you want to call it. I call it a skein. Flat vowels, skein, scone, skein. Coke, not Coke, Coke. Anything else? No, that's it. However, I do wear plasters on my finger. Why? I don't know. But I don't have a bath. I have a bath. I mean, honestly. So, getting back to where we were. I forgot what I was saying now. You
were saying about people, skeins, people getting in a mess, horror stories.
See, horror stories of them. You know how your skein comes and it's got like 4 ties on it when you buy it. One that's got all the knots attached to it, and then there's usually 3 or 2 extra ones that are in the skein just to keep it all together. And people either cut all the way through the one with the knots on, and when I say all the way through, they mean all the wool. I've seen that happen. People have cut all the way through that and end up with just like spaghetti length bits of wool, and then complain. I've seen this on some groups. People then complain that the wool you can't use it anymore.
It's defective.
It's all in short lengths. I wonder why. We know that accidents happen, but some people just don't know how to deal with them. And if you've never knit from a skein, it
saves people having to buy winders and swifts as well, or doing it by hand. So
I mean, using a winder and swift is the best way to do it because it does help. Or you end up, I remember as a kid sitting, Mum used to buy great big hanks from the market, and I'd be the one who I'd have to sit like this and be moving my arms like this while she was.
Or you just knit.
No, I'm just going to no. Don't do that. We've already had lots of our knitters getting into trouble because you've done that. Book and look. You see, I used book and cook. I mean, my accent's all over the place.
Yeah. No, book and cook. Book and look.
I do say book now, but when I first moved to Lincolnshire, I had to stop saying coke because people didn't understand what I was asking. So it had to be coke. And then I thought, I can't go around saying that for the rest of my life.
I'll have Pepsi.
I'll have Pepsi. But it is funny, isn't it? Accent's very funny. I mean, I think I've got more of a Yorkshire accent now. I have no idea why, because I don't live in Yorkshire. I've never lived in Yorkshire.
No, I don't. You've still got a northeast accent.
Yeah.
You've just not got as strong as like your dad.
No, unless I get stroppy. Then it kicks in. When it kicks in a bit.
Now, well, I was going to say a superpower or just an idiot, but I do seem to have a superpower.
It works for you. It works.
I mean, it absolutely is useless in everyday life, but in knitting, it works.
It works for you. If it works for you, I would stick with it.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've rambled on. Or have you got more?
But I was just going to give an update from last week. I know we've rambled on a lot, but I had a bit of sort out.
Did you have a good? I didn't know if you'd done it because you were so busy doing your pattern.
I know. So I've got sections. I've got feet, mainly socks, hands, mainly
Who in the right mind goes, like, thinks, I know I'll sort my patterns out into feet, hands and neck? Is that what you've done?
Feet, hands, head, neck, jumper, cardigan.
No, it shouldn't be
Because
that, should it? It should be body. You've got that wrong. That's like one of those quizzes. What's the odd one out? Potato, whatever thing. It should be body.
but I've got quite a few jumper and cardigan, so they needed to be separate.
Nobody. I'm not having that. Nobody sorts the patterns out into body parts. You sort it out into socks, hats, gloves. You don't go body parts.
But I think it's because I'd got some gloves, some mittens. So I just thought, let's have you can subcategorise. But I'm thinking, I don't think I've got that many patterns.
How many folders have you got?
Then yesterday afternoon, after work, I found some more. So this is how I'd already started in that. So I just now need to move them all across.
I'm just slightly worried.
I'm going to need a bigger binder.
You're going to need a bigger binder. But
So,
I have never known anybody sort their patterns by body parts.
I just think it made sense to me. And I can't remember why it made sense. Why I didn't write socks, hands and gloves. I'm just looking, I don't know why, but it made sense to me. And they're all in different coloured pens.
It's your book, Dominique, but it makes absolutely no sense to me.
Well, so I need a bigger binder. I knew I'd got more patterns. This was in with all the wool. So that's why I've not been able to find it. And then, right.
Oh, there's more. I need to move again because look, I'm going into the dark.
Look.
I'm going around my sofa here. What?
Can you see?
Oh yes, I can see. I mean, what you need is a hanging thing to hang all your project bags on.
I need to just move things around in the craft room. They are W.I.P.s and projects in waiting. So, for example, I mean, this isn't a project bag, but I do like it. I made that.
That is lovely.
Oh, I really want to do Kingerby Meadow.
Yeah, you've been talking about that for a while.
Don't ask me why. I mean,
knit it in. You've even gone as far as putting the wool together, haven't you?
Yeah, that was the whole point of a project in waiting.
Hang on, rewind. What is that mush there?
Well, that just is.
Is that one of the mushes I gave you?
No, it's not. It is just. I just need.
I've had my hands on it.
I think it probably is one of the ones you've had. It's not as bad as it looks, but I just thought them two.
Beautiful. They'll look
so
nice.
That's a project in waiting.
Project in waiting. I like that title much better.
I love it.
It gives a bit of gravitas to it as well, doesn't it? I mean,
now,
that's a good word for a Friday afternoon.
I know what pattern it's going to be, but the pattern's in my pattern book. So that's going to be the Eye Blink shawl by Heidi Alander. And then...
Could that be classed as neck or eye? I mean...
That's going to be neck. Definitely neck, that one. And then the 3-colour cashmere cowl in my beautiful bag, which is the leftover from my stillness shawl.
Nice, beautiful.
Because I've got that much left over. So now when I think, what do I fancy? I just need to go in my box. And so some of them are W.I.P.s and some of them are projects in waiting.
Perfect.
So I had a real good sort out last Sunday, I think.
You have been busy then, writing patterns.
I know, writing patterns was most of Saturday. I needed to get it all written so I could just crack on with knitting it. And if it cools down ever, I'm going to get in my craft room. I've not got enough hooks, so I'm just trying to think about how I can display all my bags rather than just having them in a big box.
Got any knobs?
Yes. And they're on a piece of wood. I've obviously decided I'm going to make myself like a coat hook at one point. But I just need
I
to.
know where there's some hooks. Is there not some extra hooks in the shed? You know, I brought loads of hooks up.
Yeah, but I want pretty hooks.
Oh, right, okay then. That's me told.
Well,
They are
they are just
functionary.
hooks, aren't
They're
they?
functionary. Oh God, where's these words coming from this week? I'm liking the colour in your hair.
It's white.
Yeah, it looks nice. But look at me. I look as though I've had like streaks put in.
But that is just one big block of white.
I like it.
I do. I'm embracing it.
I'm embracing it. I mean, I just keep looking at mine and keep thinking that looks like I've had like proper highlights put in.
Well, yours, because you've got all the colour now.
That's nature's highlights, ladies and gentlemen.
It is. That is nature's highlights.
I like Carol. I like Charlotte's comment.
That's what I was just trying to read it. Yeah.
I remember trying to wind my first skein. I thought that you could lie it on the floor and wind it. Cue 3 hours of untangling. We've all been there. You don't need to when you buy ours, apart from the mini skein. Sorry.
Yeah, you do. But there's only 85 metres there.
Only.
You can definitely knit that from the skein.
And you can definitely tangle it, because I can tangle it just by looking at it.
But I just wanted to update people because everyone inspired me last week with
that's made my day, that.
So next week I will have found a bigger binder.
Bigger binder.
But what it's made me do is you just look through and go, oh yeah, I remember, like, you know, I've knit another one of them because I loved that. So you just find patterns that they just feel better, shawl. I remember printing that out. I've got my boxy, I've got all these patterns. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing with that, but hang on.
Where have you gone? I mean, it was.
Hang on.
Oh, now that's special. Has it got a cable on? Oh,
yes.
I like that joke. I mean, they just need a pipe, don't they? They're just missing a pipe off that. That's coming into the 80s. The other one, I'm thinking, I'm not sure where that is. 1960s, 70s.
Well, it's pre-decimal because it was 9D.
60s
so
then. Early 70s.
I think Kay was getting rid of a load at Sarah's at number 4. I mean, I'm not sure why I thought, I know I'll have that. But
I've got a lot of older knitting patterns for children's clothes. I've got lots that were my nanny's, and then one of my friends' mums died, and I got a load, and I just keep them. That is special.
I mean, there's some special.
Your dad would love a jumper in that, wouldn't you, Peter? Oh, he's gone to play golf.
He's gone to golf.
Quick knitting one. A nice knitted golf.
I mean, look, we've no longer, we don't have measurements on.
You see, Dominique.
Maybe we need to put a ruler.
We want a ruler on our patterns, and I also think a ticky box that we've said, and Dominique wants percentages, you know, so I'm all for a free society of democracy. We can go for that, but a ruler, I like a ruler.
So you're gonna buy one of our patterns and download about 14 pages, but
no, because your ruler's only on one page.
No, but I mean, with our boxes and ticky and percentage, we're gonna have. So anyway, I have started. I mean, I have got some.
Ooh. When are you going to wear that?
Never. But do you know what? For somebody that is,
I like that.
Slimmer, that would be really nice.
I like that. Well, you could wear that with the longer top underneath, though.
You could. I actually quite like that.
I like that.
So, you know, when you go and sort all your patterns out, you go on a voyage of discovery.
Any other interesting ones in there?
Caroline saying yes, yes, yes. Percentage, tick box and ruler.
I think that we should do that. Maybe not today. It'll take us a while to get out, you know, but
yeah.
On one page, we could have a ruler. I'm liking that.
I do, because I do remember Mum having patterns.
Yeah.
And they always did have a ruler. And I know we've all got tape measures and
always have a ruler. But it's only when you want to know, have I knit that for 2.5 inches or have I
exactly. Yes. Yeah. I think. Sorry, Caroline.
Any other suggestions of what you'd like to see on the knitting pattern? Knitting pattern would help, but
yeah. Well,
Or perhaps you would like your pattern categorising as well on the front of the pattern. And
yeah, I can tell you which compartment of your
compartment.
What's the word? Which section? Section, I think, not compartment. Which section of your folder? Maybe I should do a how-to video on how to sort your pattern.
Maybe, right here, this is where we're going. Maybe we now need to do a stationery offshoot for Wool is the Answer. Our very own stationery design.
I think we have got a stationery offshoot. It's called Emma Ball.
Yes, but with specific things in it.
You mean like a customised stationery geek book?
Yeah.
Yes.
What is this part of the what are you knitting for? I'm knitting for my head. I'm knitting for my feet. Colour coded to match body parts. Caroline, stop it.
Oh, Michelle's got a special folder for vintage patterns. Well, now, Michelle, I've not got my label maker out yet because it's not finished. It's not finished yet, so it will come out. You need a trip to Hobbycraft to go and get yourself a nice matching folders. You could do different body parts. Instead of compartments, they call body parts. So you could have like a body part in a pink folder. You could have a body part in a blue folder, and then they look beautiful on a shelf, then with all your bags hung down underneath on knobs. I mean, if you want to call that a body part or just it's entirely up to you. It makes my little brain happy. Good. As long as it makes you happy, I'm happy. But I can go on a quite a long time with all my patterns. Well, clearly not all my patterns because I've just found a load more, but with a lot of patterns on the table. So I started writing down, and I wrote down like socks, gloves, and I crossed it out for some reason. So there was a reason I changed them. Don't point your pencil at me. I'm happy. I like that. I'm sticking with it. As long as you're happy with your body part compartments. Oh dear. Marion's done some of her Linwood shawl. Well, I'm pleased it's made your journey go well listening to us. I am, and I'm pleased you're knitting on it because that was specially dyed for Marion as well, wasn't it? It was. The best part of the process is labelling. I think you might be right. Although I love labelling. Oh, I could quite easily walk around the house and label things. Yeah. Yeah. Where will the men's trunks go? Well, they would need a special. They would be in the legs. They would go in the legs. So, I think you'd find it covers more of a bottom area than a leg area. Well, yeah, but I'm not having. Call it bottoms. No, definitely not bottoms. Leg. How do you put your swimming trunks on? On your legs. Yes, but it doesn't really cover your legs, does it? The main coverage area is your bottom area and your groin. But a wrist warmer doesn't cover your hands, but it's still a hands part. It depends how technical you want to get into your body parts, doesn't it? Yeah, no, we're going generic. And I would say men's trunks, I'm keeping it clean, are going to go in the legs. I'll go with torso region, although I always thought your torso was your stomach area. Torso? They're definitely not torso. No, they're definitely not torso, because torso, going back to me anatomy and physiology, I would say torso is your area of your, like, you down from your rib cage down to your pubic bone. Oh, I mean, this would be your torso. That's your chest area. That's your torso. That's, you know. Maybe I could label with an illustration. She's not, whatever she's doing, she is not knitting men's shorts. Because we've had this conversation before. No, I don't care who you are. I don't think a man's going to look attractive in knitted trunks. Not even Daniel Craig coming out the sea in that Bond movie would look right in a pair of saggy, wet knitted shorts, would he? And if he can't carry it off, then nobody can. He doesn't do it for me, but no. It just wouldn't work, would it? No. It doesn't particularly do it for me. Torso, neck to limbs. Yes, that's what I think, Caroline. Yes.
I'm not having that.
If you see a bust of a torso, it's a legless, armless, headless thing. That would be a bust of a torso. Definitely.
You're probably right. I just always in my brain, it always. Oh look, a torso or trunk is the anatomical term for the central part or core of your body, which extends from the neck to the limbs. Well, I stand corrected, Caroline. Thank you.
Yes.
Nowhere near a pair of trunks.
Mr. Darcy, I'm sorry, Mr. Darcy doesn't do it for me either.
No, it doesn't do it for me either. No.
I mean, none of you will like my choices.
Hugh Jackman, there you were on another level. Thank you very much. That's it. That's all I need to say. Hugh Jackman, thank you. Bye. Good evening.
I'm going for sports people. I'm going for your Chris Wokes, although he's growing a beard, so he needs to get rid of that. Your Josh Butlers, your Jimmy Andersons.
Are these all the young-looking people?
That's who I need to see in trunks.
I like tall, dark, and handsome.
Oh, right.
Yes, now, Caroline, you're right. I always thought torso was that region.
No.
Your core, like your stomach area.
Your six-pack.
Your six-pack. But it's nowhere near your knitted trunks, so it can't be the torso anyway. But
no.
You could, that could be your tank top then. Oh, that's exactly where your tank top would be.
Yes, your tank top covers your torso.
Got no arms. That could go in your torso section.
I'm not having a torso section.
Or it could be.
No, a tank top. A tank top would go into your jumper section.
Yes, it would.
There.
Right. I think before we get ourselves into any further hot water.
Before Caroline wakes all the neighbours up with a giggling.
Where do you wear your trunks? I don't wear trunks.
On your legs.
But then everything, if it was just on your legs,
well,
covering your bottom, is it?
Yeah. But
anyway, I think before we go any further, we need to get out of this.
I'll do my homework and I'll have a better folder for next week.
You need a trip to Hobbycraft. Get your mask on and get down to Hobbycraft. You won't go.
I have got, if you think I've not got enough stuff here to make it, I'm going to just go through everything and I will find the perfect things.
Right. Down to your limbs.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Lord.
Oh, dear. Thank you for spending another Friday afternoon with us.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us again.
I am still waiting for the fan to be delivered. I mean, this is getting silly.
I have got to say as well that if you do want to join us on our retreat, this is the sort of thing that you'd have to put up with for the whole time that you'll be there. But for our worst. Oh, she's having a moment now.
I am. I'm just. It's all the giggling.
I shouldn't sit like that. That's not very good for me bingo wings.
Sorry. Now Michelle's moved on to elephants and trunks.
Oh. Very good point. Very good point. Right.
I need to fill my water bottle and get some cool.
Well, it's been nice spending a Friday afternoon with you.
It has been lovely spending a Friday afternoon with you all. Again, thank you for our cards and stitch markers.
Thank you so much for
my card will make me smile every time I walk past it, and I will use my stitch markers on a project soon. And
thank you for joining us and commenting on everything. And don't forget, it was brilliant if you could share and like our when it goes on YouTube once it's edited and everything, or sometimes not even edited, but once it's uploaded there, if you could like and comment again.
And subscribe.
Subscribe and do all that.
We'll share the love.
Share the love. So thank you very much. Keep showing us your makes on our website, on our natter groups. That'd be brilliant. So
look, you inspire us, so just keep sharing them.
Okay. Thank you very much. Although with me dodgy coloured palms with fake tan on.
We will see you all next week.
We will see you all next week. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.